Lakad matatas!
Normally. Before his ult is about to wear off. And then you just stun the crap out of him. So he isn't able to press any more buttons after his ultimate ends, isn't able to hit, at least right now, because here's that troll plus Abaddon combo already coming in. Abaddon, he is going for the Aphotic Shield plus Curse build, okay. Because you always go Curse, but the question is what you run it with. But the first... WS now getting ran down, and this time around it's gonna be a kill. Yeah, Abaddon has his level option anymore. And it's nice to see that KOBOLDS, you know, they wouldn't just pick the hero because it's good with the troll and it's an amazing combo going into the mid to late game. Nah, they actually have like some way of, you know, making that Abaddon a little bit more effective. Properly harass Anakin. Abaddon once again taking a ton of damage to the face. But a lucky root from the troll there, and now he has some attack speed built up against that tiny Tusk. Comes on in looking to help out, and he has just got his level 6, meaning this gank is actually going to be rewarded. Amazing timing bringing in Wonder Boy, and finally getting... Brewmaster now also getting ran down. But in comes Shadow Fiend from the back. Brew is still gonna die, but they will get at least a Crystal Maiden out of that. And if they could get Mango Rose's lifesteal, that would be huge. Lifesteal fairly low, does proc the Rage to make sure he's not gonna get raised down. SF makes sure he hits the last one. Abaddon, frozen, avalanche, tossed, stunned, and not quite dead yet. Actually creating a good chunk of space for Troll to build up further stacks against the Vengeful Spirit here. However, against 3 people, it's, oh my god, 4. They even bring in the Tusk just to make absolutely sure Troll doesn't even get a return. See them backing up very carefully, using that Crystal Maiden as bait. And there's the Ice Shards connecting. Rubik almost goes on down. And Abaddon not quite able to keep him alive through all of that. Holy crap. Yeah, Abaddon now himself in a bit of a difficult spot. Does have an ultimate to work with, but is that gonna be enough to enable a return kill for Anakin here? Back when like this patch came out, or was this or the patch before that? But back when like Troll Ultimate became what it is now, where like the wording X's get upgraded to either purge stuff off of you or purge stuff off the enemy. Crystal Maiden is just gonna get comboed down.
Dire's top tower is under.
WS almost goes down, but a nice snowball save at the last second into the swap means Vengeful Spirit gets to walk that off. Tusk is now tanking for the Venge. Rubik still doing his best to secure at least one kill out of that, but he is just gonna die in exchange for the Vengeful Spirit there. Now Mango Rose looking to run down the Shadow Fiend. Out comes the Primal Split, but Tidy is there with an Avalanche toss on top of the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend is gonna go down. Abaddon has the ultimate on still, frontlining as best he can, but not for a long time since Wall is just too much damage. And Skadi, yeah, he realizes, oh crap. Even as a Vanguard and everything going for himself, making sure he's the ultimate space creator. And I think once you have the BKB, he just wants to go and create space for the Troll Warlord on the mid lane. We're gonna see the Abaddon forced to throw out his ultimate. Aphotic Shield is there, but he is taking a ton of damage. Shadow Fiend comes on in, dishing out a bit of damage from his back, but Wonder Boy's Tusk is just too darn tanky. This dude is an absolute raid boss. Oof. 2-man, 3-race combo. Shadow Fiend is gonna go down. And it looks like Troll Warlord, he gets the ultimate off. Is just gonna start hitting away at the Vengeful Spirit, saying good luck doing anything about that. However, Troll is just gonna get nuked down, and with the Crystal Maiden ultimate, not just him, but the Abaddon as well, as Abaddon ultimate ends, and one more hit from Wonder Boy does do him in. Now Shadow Fiend gets tossed back, presses the BKB though, and with that BKB, yeah, he's gonna be fine. That is a BKB wasted for a Crystal Maiden kill. All Aghanim's online.
Dire Dire's middle tower.
And I mean, it does allow you to fight really well right after you get it for just a little while. SF though gets caught again, and Abaddon, he just wants the kill on the bench. Is gonna have that for himself at least. Eventually. Took him long enough, but Vengeful Spirit already has the full-blown Aghanims ready. And yeah, core Venge is never something you should underestimate. Especially here, I had not expected WS to come online so quickly. But that's just kind of what Venge as a core does, right? Either you hit this critical Aghanims timing early enough to mess with your opponent, or you're just kind of dead. And speaking of kind of being dead, this troll, he may just be screwed. Is gonna try to run down the Crystal Maiden at least, but nope, in the Crystal Maiden ultimate he was simply taking too much damage and was whirling around.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh my god, Brewmaster once again just gets instant killed though. Now Venge stuck in the front lines, but Venge does not mind being the first to die. And indeed, that's gonna be Vengeful Spirit down the first time immediately, getting that illusion out, and now just make space with that illusion. Shadow Fiend, he gets a beautiful Requiem of Souls off though, and that's gonna be the Tusk dead. That's gonna be the Lifestealer almost dead. Troll, can he do it? He can do it for the first time, as Lifestealer did get himself an Aegis. Well, that little brawl was happening before the fight. And now Abaddon is fairly low health, but Crystal Maiden is gonna die first. WS. Ooh, he's gonna survive through all of that with both the Shadow Fiend and the Abaddon dying before he does. Yeah, this Vengeful Spirit hunts are just gonna get ever more annoying. Swap on top of the Brewmaster, and yeah, Kobolds, they may have a better draft on paper, but if you're just not fighting with the split, because you don't even get to press split like this, then suddenly it isn't looking that good anymore. Lifesteal and Troll, man, fighting it up. And yes, you can see Lifesteal, he simply cannot fight against this Troll anymore. Tiny tries to go on in and get tossed back onto the Troll, but he just dies too quickly instead. John, he is showing what he's made of. He is showing what that Aghanims allows him to do this early on, but he will die to another beautiful stun of the Vengeful Spirit. Abaddon went ahead to try and front line through that, but that's just gonna result in yet another death too, actually, as the Vengeful Spirit stun bounces. A triple kill for WS, as now you should not be here. Neither of these two heroes should be here. And they even get vision on Nedican. Don't quite want to dive him. 15,000 gold deep. Abaddon getting swapped out of position once more. And I honestly think just a Maelstrom, just a single Maelstrom getting picked up by this Troll Warlord, I think that would have made all the difference in the world. Lifestealer, he gets put deep behind enemy lines by the Rubik, but Rubik, he is glad. And you can see the power of the Purge coming in for the Troll Warlord here. Those two spells are allowing him to frontline a lot longer, but he still does not get to press ultimate because the chain stun is just too much for him. WS is gonna die to this really fat Nedican Shadow Fiend. Because Nedican, he is the one person who kind of kept himself online throughout this game, just by getting amazing Requiems and having some really good positioning going on for himself. Tiny ran down and put in a corner with the Primal Split. But do you really want to focus on Tiny support? Well, your Abaddon support gets taken away for that, and the Vengeful Spirit with the Illu is still able to just be such a nuisance. Nedican unable to teleport out, and now Skadi is gonna be the next one falling. Rubik, last one alive. And well, Ponyo is gonna burn to the Brewmaster fire, but still Kobolds. Can they turn this around somehow? I doubt it, since look at how deep Wonder Boy dares to go. BKB, so you're just gonna have like 25 seconds of magic immunity uninterrupted or something ridiculously long like that if you press Rage into BKB into another Rage. Yeah, that's not what's supposed to happen, and seeing their Troll get 1v1 down so quickly by Lifestealer with a double damage boost, they just call the GG. And good game indeed, but was it really? Because late carry was kind of advisable here. You needed more in the way of front line, or, you know, something beefy like that. And Kobolds, they are gonna pick up a puck. Them more of an equal footing here. Ponyo, is that gonna be enough for the kill? Not quite, not quite. but the Encha creep is fast and clearly furious. That is gonna be the first blood for Levram. Yeah, like I said, Encha, it's a stable Kobold pick. And 4 good.
It's just not fair.
Pay for thy life.
Alright, and Mangaros, he got himself a kill on the edge there.
Where are you going?
Mango Rose goes down. That is not a kill you can afford to give up, really. Able to fight 4v5. Just create space for the Morphling while converging on whichever hero you can easily get killed off. Jan on the Morphling died top while this Ponyo, yeah, is finally gonna go down on the Rubik. But having gotten a kill on the Morphling is really, really good. Needs a set. Oof. Over on top. Both heroes just got killed off by a Tusk who wasn't even in the lane. They just decided to go for a rotation of their own and accidentally find the mid lane and came over to gank. It's kind of awkward, and now on bot lane, exactly the second we aren't looking there, being left alone in lane isn't really helping his farm. Ponyo. He is gonna get ran down by the Lashback at the cost of the Enchantress's life. But it's just the Enchantress. That's not bad. Skadi. Yeah. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place and will not be able to get out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oof. The sharpshooter not quite going up. Also, guys, I just got news in the second series of the day is cancelled, meaning this is already the last game for today. That's kind of sad, but you know, there is a lot of tournaments going on at once, so I understand if the teams have some scheduling difficulties, and every team does get a wild card where they can just reschedule a match short notice. Because, you know, unexpected things do happen. But yeah, please do keep in mind, chat, second series for today is cancelled. Sorry, we can only tell you now. Then again, every team only has that like one, I think one instant reschedule. I'm not sure. The Wikipedia page has the rules on there. I'm just happy I'm not an admin who has to bother with all of this, and I'm also really happy I'm not on KOBOLDS' team, right? Just free farming. Now he has his battle fury. Now he can actually climb to the top of net worth, and once he gets to the top of net worth, that's when Morph's game is actually gonna start being hard. On the mid lane now, we have a huge rolling thunder, and it's gonna be another fight breaking out. Wonder Boy is kind of low health, but Morphing does not get the connection onto him. Has to instead change targets to the Pangolier. Pangolier is gonna go down before the snowball save can come on in from Wonder Boy though, and now Wonder Boy, for trying for that snowball save, he may end up dying. However, no. Hoodwink perfectly positioned to get a sharpshooter on the Morphling. Is that gonna make a turnaround on the Morphling? But I don't know. I mean, Atlantis, they do seem to be doing well enough for themselves. This is exactly what I'm talking about. KOBOLDS, they just have such a hard time going for kills, and then if they overcommit, okay, maybe not overcommit if they're doing well on the 3, but a 2-man Mana Void is gonna give Anti-Mage a double kill, and he could have turned if that Rolling Thunder would have lasted a bit longer though. Because Tusk really likes to turn around. And is gonna get ganked on, does get the heal off in time though, and that means Wonderboy could now be in a bit of trouble, does dodge the Lash stun, but look at these long range and P-type flying, and Levram gets yet another kill, breaking the wicked 6 streak of the Tusk for a ton of money on that end. And on the bottom lane, Anti-Mage as well is going to get himself caught. Let's see that everybody went out of vision and to group up, so it was either a Smoke or a Roche. Meaning they can scan there, and if the scan shows up nothing, then they would have run to the Roche hit instantly. Well, now Nyx Assassin goes on down, and Pangolier is going to be taken low for that. Has to Rolling Thunder. And WS still takes that shield crash, tanking through all of that, while Levram just gets killed off by the Anti-Mage. Pangolier, he dies now, but at what cost? Well, close to none. He is very, very happy with the way that went. And Morphling killed off as well. Lash will be the next catch, and Puck able to phase shift out of there, now turning onto the Hoodwink, and Hoodwink is gonna die. Neeks Assassin locked in place.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like Ange may be the kill, and yeah, with the Boomerang plus Sharpshooter, you can just insta-kill her for so much damage. Now, Neeks Assassin was in a position to set up on the Anti-Mage, however with Lash getting jumped on first, and now the Anti-Mage coming in to make Lash's life even more difficult. Yeah, that's just gonna be Mango Rose getting himself yet another kill, and Neeks Assassin, nice Spiked Carpet, but I don't think Spiked Carpet is gonna be enough to stop Mango Rose in his tracks anymore. And stunned in the face, and Tusk is gonna give her the Walrus Punch, the tag team doing a lot of damage, but Labram with that enchant and the heal, he is gonna be able to live through that. Albeit there's already a lot of resources down for the side of Kobolds. Maybe they're able to. Nope. Nope, there's the Anti-Mage tearing the last new one. Huge mana void, and John, he has a BKB, but he doesn't really have a tank, he doesn't really have any frontliner. And that's the thing. Lash was kind of intended to be the frontliner here, but obviously against an Anti-Mage he cannot hold his own. He cannot stand. Taking their time pushing, but the tower is most certainly gonna fall, because yeah, you want to provoke a fight right now. You want this Anti-Mage to die, because there's only 50 seconds left on the Aegis, and Anti-Mage isn't even gonna die. Instead, it's just gonna be a dead Lash Rack instead. Lavram gets put out of position. Mango Rose completely fine taking the rest there for his team. Yeah, this doesn't look like the hyper late game I was kinda hoping for. And Lavram is gonna be killed off next. I'm kinda sad for Kobolds, cause... And yeah, Pray Harder, that's a guy in chat asking about, like complaining about the other tournaments having no casters. Yeah, that's because generally you do not double contract in casting at all. Like, that's just not done. One caster for one tournament at a time, because sometimes Dota games can go 2 or 3 hours. This one won't. But hell, if there's a really hyped series or something coming up, I mean, I'm gonna have 2 to 3 hours of free time after this game. And I do have a Twitch channel of my own. If you guys let me know, I'm totally willing to help out, providing coverage for, like, you know, anything that's free to cast. Netikin is gonna kill off Ponyo. And maybe off of that Ruby kill, nope. Atlantis, they're simply too tanky. They're ignoring the Enchantress Artillery at this point. Lavram torn to shreds. Tusk trying to get the morphing out of position will allow Pango to get a good swashbuckle in on him, but the Morph Illus, they are starting to hit hard. John with that Manta style, he is still trying to come online, and well, his effort will not quite go rewarded, though this was the longest I've seen Morph hold his own. Down goes the Neeks Assassin, and it looks like Enchantress will also just be torn a new one. Morph goes on down, and that's gonna be it. GG gets called by Kobolds. The second game was just a stomp. I mean, the draft was already slightly Atlantis favored, whereas the first game Kobolds actually had a favorable